Welcome back to the channel. We're in the center of Tirana and I'm going to show you the best things to do around here. We're going to go to a market first, then have some lunch, and then I'll show you the largest square here and the incredible architecture around it. So we're walking into this market area. We've got some nice restaurants where you can enjoy the sun, but I love that you're able to sit out and enjoy this square. So here is the undercover market. They've got a lot of different things. Here you've got many nuts, dates, dried fruit. It looks incredible. Dates, of course, as you've seen in Morocco. Olives, like in Italy. Fresh fruit, fresh vegetables. Look, we've even got some pickled vegetables. Wow, green pickled tomatoes, stuffed, what is that? I don't know what that is. Pickled peppers. Then we've got souvenirs. Look at this, an Albanian hat. How do I look with this Albanian hat? No, I don't think that hat's for me. It would take a special someone to fit that hat. Got many different countries. So I've seen a lot of German influence. There's quite a few German stores and Austrian stores. I'm not sure what the relationship is, why they're so prominent here. Yeah, so we've got many types of souvenirs, stalls. Not interested in them. So this is a square. Then we've got like another square here, which we'll go over to shortly. And in Tirana, we've got so many cats and dogs, more cats. And they're quite looked after. They're usually very fat, although they are normally dirty. Playing backgammon.
Yeah, this is the best.
The champion of Tirana. Albania. Nice. I played this when I was a child.
Okay, but now?
I don't play anymore. Okay. Good luck. And English is quite good here in Albania. So they use Euro as well as the lek. They speak English very well. Look, you can buy tobacco, some pipes, many spices. You've got raki, like homemade Albanian alcohol. Here we go. Raki. But I'm guessing the cigarettes here are very cheap. Here we go. Wow. Here we go. Piles of it. Wow. So much. I don't even smoke. But if you want some cheap cigarettes, you can probably come here. But this is one market where there's so many things to see. Usually it's just going to have like a type of thing, like usually all just souvenirs or stuff, but they've got souvenirs, cigarettes. Here we got honey, and some more homemade raki, clothing, football jerseys, sunglasses, jewelry. We've got some handbags, rugs. Now the market's not very busy. I don't know why. It's a great little market. We got some chilies, and maybe this is more raki. Wooden spoons, maybe if you're bad. Wow, chopping boards. Some plants as well, little onions. And then here we got some like second-hand things or junk, antiques maybe. Garlic to stop the vampires. Some goblets. So many football jerseys. Wow, this is so colourful, all the bowls, mugs, little side dishes, and it's in a very modern area. Looks like it's recently renovated, maybe. It all looks very new. And Albania is not dirty. Well, Tirana is not dirty at all. It seems like they take great care. Many old Albanian coins. And some more souvenirs to finish. So this market is quite a small one, but it's very interesting. There's so many different types of things that you can get here. That's why I like it so much. So we're gonna head to the square that's right next to this one and have a look around there. It's not as much to see, but I still like it. It's where kids can play and enjoy the free space. Okay, so we're walking into the next square next to the market. I think it's called New Bazaar. So there's not much happening here, but I've walked past here a few times and kids are usually playing football and riding bikes and pushing cars. Oh, here we've got one riding a bike. And here, got a great bar. I've had a drink at 150 lek for a beer. And the beer is a lot nicer than some of the other places I've been to. So you can sit there and enjoy the view of this square. And again, there's hardly any graffiti. There's a little bit, but the buildings are well looked after. Great artwork on the side of the buildings here. You can see the minaret of a mosque. And like all the apartment buildings, they're not old, or they don't look old. And again, you can sit out, enjoy the sun, enjoy the environment. There's some more upmarket places, but there's also very affordable ones, like this one here. So we got the call to prayer. So nice. Okay, lunchtime. So I've just come to this side to show you where we're having lunch. We're having lunch right here. It's this amazing restaurant that serves a lot of grilled meats. So the market is just down here and you can walk here. They've got a lot of construction at the moment, so this area is not as nice as it would be. And I'm at a restaurant I've been to a few times. It's a meat restaurant. They have so many different types of meat. Lamb, sausages, so many sausages. And I'm gonna get the most common sausage you can find in Albania. And it is delicious. So they're quite small and you can get one sausage for 35 lek. And these sausages, they're served with raw onion, which sounds weird, but it's quite nice. Doesn't leave your breath with a nice smell afterwards though. And some little salty seasoning. So here is the menu. Got the meatballs, 35 lek for one piece. Got the chicken shish kebabs, pork shish kebabs, peskavica. I think that's cheese inside like a rolled piece of meat. Meatballs wrapped in pancetta. Sausage, another type of sausage, chicken, half a kilo of pork, half a kilo of lamb, mixed grill, small and large. Traditional food. This is an amazing dish. I think they describe it as kind of like a casserole. There's meat and it's so tender with different types of cheese. I'll put a photo of it now. I had that another night. Different types of cheeses you can get, and then beer. Let's get a beer. Okay, here is a well-deserved beer after some walking around, and then to rehydrate to do a bit more. And this beer, it's probably just under a pint, maybe a pint. It's 200 lek. Quite nice, but I've had some other nicer ones. After lunch, we're gonna head down there, which is going to be into the main square of Tirana. Wow, so here it is. It's come out very fast. So we've got the 10 little sausages. They're probably about, they're the length of a finger nearly. We've got some seasoning and this raw onion. Let's eat. Here we go. It's so tender and soft, so much flavor. Inside is still juicy. A little pink, but I'm sure it's fine. Okay, let's eat this and then I'm gonna take you to the largest square in Tirana. I'm full from a nice lunch and a decent beer. I'd prefer the beer next to the square I showed you earlier. And we're actually just walking past the main bus station in the center of Tirana. So this big red bus, this is the shuttle bus that takes you to the airport. And it comes every hour, all the time, like every hour, 24 hours a day. And it costs either 400 lek or 4 euros. Just buy it on board, don't buy it online. I think it took about 30 to 40 minutes to get here from the airport. But there's no other option unless you pay for a taxi. Okay, just right next to the bus station, we have the entrance to Tirana's largest square. Now, I've walked into this square a couple of times. Not much happens here. It seems like a lot of wasted space. They could have like a market or people playing music or different things, but it's always been empty. I guess on special days like holidays, they might do something, but on regular days it seems like quite a waste. Here we are at Skanderbeg Square. So we've got some people learning to skateboard, rollerblade. We've got a nice looking mosque here. Oh, they're setting up for some sort of event. They're setting up a stage. There's going to be something on the side of the square here. We've got a statue. We've got a huge Albanian flag. Now, the most interesting part of this square is definitely the architecture of the buildings around it. Straight behind the flag, we've got someone peeking out from it. So this building here, it's shaped like a human head. There's the nose, we've got some ears. It's a head. I don't know if it's meant to be a particular person. Then we've got a gold covered, well, not real gold covered intercontinental hotel. Then we've got over on this side, this uniquely shaped building. It's like stacked blocks that are not even, so it's quite cool. Maybe it's hard to see, but on this side we've got another building that gets narrower as it goes down, and it's separated by different colors. And then over here we've got like this nice mosaic side of what looks like a museum. So there's so many buildings that look unique. I would say Tirana has some of the most interesting looking buildings out of like the countries I've been to. And then we've got like a big mosque over there. And then here it's the opera house. And in front of the opera house we've got I love tea. I love Tirana. I've never seen this before. People are dancing and then you've got like the lighting recording going around. So there are some little things happening, but yeah, as you can see, they could be using so much more of this area. Hello. Cats and dogs are so friendly here in Tirana. Good boy. Now we're crossing a little river. I think it's a river. And on this bridge we've got heaps of books. Straight ahead you can see the river continues, and then in the background we've got some massive mountains. And then another interesting building. We've got like pieces of the building protruding out. We're going to head to this nice little cafe or bakery that's been recommended and buy some Albanian pastries and desserts. So this area now we're walking into is called Blloku, and this is like the nightlife area of Tirana. So it's not going to be open yet. It's way too early, but you can find like cocktail bars, places for drinks, dancing, all that sort of thing later in the evening. Here we are at the bakery cafe Fragolino. So they have so many different types of pastries. Let's see what they got today. So a lot of them, it's 200 lek. So we've got cheesecake, pistachio, Kinder, Oreo. We've got baklava, profiteroles. What else? Got lemon pie, little tarts. Look at these, so many eclairs. and then more like baklava types of pastries. So this is 140 for half a piece of that. 150 for a piece of baklava. Too many choices. Okay, so we're gonna get honey and walnut cake. Can we get one of this? Yes, one of this. Takeaway, thank you. One of this. Okay, so I've got those 3 desserts for 390 lek, a bargain. Now we're gonna head through Blloku, maybe stop at one historical site in there before we head to Tirana's most amazing mosque. So here in the middle of Blloku is this building. Now it doesn't look interesting, but it is a huge part of Albania's history. This is where Enver Hoxha used to live. This was his villa. Now we can't go in. It's been turned into a space for artists, so artists can go in, do their work. They also sometimes do exhibitions and artwork, show their art in the garden. But now you wouldn't even know unless you've searched for it. So I don't know why they didn't turn it into a museum. Okay, so we're gonna head out of Blloku now and head to the largest and easily the most beautiful mosque in Tirana. Here we've got another unique building. This is a bank, shaped kind of like a Christmas tree or something like that. And then over here we've got the pyramid. So this is quite a famous building in Tirana. You can walk up many staircases to the top. However, I've done that and there's not a great view from the top. So I'm not going to do it now, but we can just walk past it. I definitely think it's overrated compared to some of the other things you can see and do. And then down here we've got the President's House and the House of Parliament, but they're not great grand buildings. Quite normal. You wouldn't even know if you were just walking past. So there it is. There's 3 staircases leading up to it there, and then there's more on the other side. The building itself is used as a hub for Albanians to do work. So there's nothing special inside. It's just how it looks now. It used to be abandoned and they've renovated it to be of actual use. So that's good. And then here is the building I mentioned earlier. You can see some of the windows like looking as if they're being pressed out. But I'm telling you, there's so many interesting buildings here. And here is the most beautiful mosque in Tirana, the Mosque of Namazgah. So this mosque reminds me of the Blue Mosque a little bit in Istanbul, but of course a lot smaller. Non-Muslims can go in, but going in with a camera feels a bit weird into a mosque. But it looks very nice. So that is the best way to spend a day in Tirana. Check out my first video in Tirana where we visit the Bunk Art 1 museum. That's definitely worth it as well.